Hello, and welcome back to the MazeBot world. In between episodes, I basically expanded out all of this. We have loads of green circuit builds. We have a reasonable sized blue chip build. We have a productivity modules build, which is the beacons productivity modules. And we have a speed modules build. And the speed modules build is struggling. But that's not really my focus today. So speed modules go into making these higher tier machines, and everything is just buffering up currently. I had to set lots of limits on arms, so lots of things are wired into the network. Lots of things have filters on them. So for example here, these arms are only active when there's less than 50 speed ones in the network. As you can see, there are less than 1 speed ones, 50 speed ones in the network. This one is only active when there are at least 5 speed 2s within the network. Let's check that's the right. No, it's that way around. Good. Right, so this is only active when there are speed 2s in the network. The reason for that is that the speed 1 modules are used to craft one of these. The speed 2 modules are used to craft this, and then it gives back some speed 1s. And then this requires speed 3s, and it gives back some speed 2s. Okay, so the speed 2s and 1s will get recycled as we upscale these machines. But in the meantime, to build up the buffers, we need to invest a fistful of speed 1 and 2s into the intermediate machines, which will then release them when they're upgraded. I hope that makes sense. So at the moment, because everything's buffering up, we're really just waiting on all this to happen. Right, let's check I haven't done anything really stupid. So this arm here should only be working when we... Yeah, so we only have 2 of these in the buffer chest. We would like there to be 10. And this is only active when there are fewer than 10. So this should stop when this chest gets 10 machines. This has a couple of machines in it. This doesn't. And it's one of those full speed machines we need here. I may be able to just give it a bit of a nudge. So this consumes speed 3s. It directly upgrades a tier 3 machine. So let's take those. Did that just not work? Well, that's just annoying. There we are. So that should be enough now to then get this picked up. At the moment, picked up. Could we have it picked up? No, I'll pick it up manually. And then my bots can put it down. Good. Alright. So that will have slightly increased the output of this whole thing. So this is fine. No, yeah, this is backed up. This is low on blue circuits. So this whole build is low on blue circuits. And the blue circuits are lacking in green circuits. Okay. And the green circuit build is something I could make bigger. It's mostly running. But we're actually running low on ore. So, what can we do about that? This is a bit of a theme throughout the whole factory. We are not able to get ore where we need it when it's needed. Let's turn that off, turn that off. Good, okay. Now, the reason we can't get ore where we want it is actually twofold. The first thing is we probably need another iron mine. We probably need another copper mine. However, if we zoom in on one, you can see all these lights are on. All right. And probably just because I'm looking, yeah, we've got some trains backed up. Sod's law. But there's no copper trains here, you can see. The copper mines, we probably have enough of them. What we don't have is enough trains. This is actually starting to be eaten away at, isn't it? So we're going to have to put down a new set of mines pretty soon. And also, because we've now eaten away at the mine, we can actually get a roboport in to get the back miners, which is a really good thing. And I would like to be able to do it this side, but I think that's going to wait. We're going to have to wait for another one of these to mine out. Yeah. Okay, so what can we do about that? Well, we have all of this area here. It's quite a large area. It's got some coal, it's got some copper, we've got another coal there, we've got an iron there, mixed patches, iron. Right, so there is plenty of ore. Ore is not a problem. We have some copper here, some iron here, right. However, this is the area where all our manufacturing happens. We really have two ways into this area. One is around here. So there's our copper, there's an iron, there's an iron, there's another copper. Right, so these come through around here. This is our point at which they travel inwards. And we could make them come around this way, or we can make them go over the top. We've got a loop here to play with. Then all of this down here, which eventually would loop up, but really not for a very long time, this whole area comes in through this junction here. So really we have this junction and this junction. Or if you prefer, this junction and this junction. And what I'm wondering is perhaps I should move the parking for ore, in particular the empty parking for ore, out here, and then leave only full ore back at the center. Or maybe do something else where I have both types of ore train somewhere more centrally located around here. The other option is to have separate ore stackers for different parts of the process. So I could have some iron and copper stackers which are purely for the first 3 or 4 sciences, and then I could have stackers for the others. I think that's not going to work in practice. So what I would like to do is see if we can put stackers for either iron or for copper out here somewhere. Okay, now this looks like it would be a good place. But I don't really want trains doubling back on themselves. Now, if we look at this one, eventually we would come up here, we'd go over the top and come back this way. So this is a coherent piece of the maze. And the whole of this is a coherent piece of the maze. And perhaps what I should do longer term is decide to get iron from one of these and copper from the other. I don't know how well that would work. Or maybe I should have stackers for iron and copper from both of them and let it mix and match. I don't have a good answer for this, really. The other thing is, I had a bit of a sketch of a design. I wanted to see if I could come up with a stacker which didn't touch the outer rails, and this is what I came up with. And it's actually tileable. So you can take this piece up to here, and you can put it down. I would obviously have to trim it to make it fit. It doesn't fit in a 2x2, but it fits in a longer one. So say here. Right. So it would fit in there. And then you can put in as many middle segments as you would like, and then put an end segment on the end. And it sits within a passage. Okay, so what I could do is make a stacker like this that sits in a passageway with the full trains pointing one way and the empty trains pointing the other. Well, the empty trains is obvious because they need to point towards the mines. So maybe it is only the empty trains I'm going to move out. I think that's what we're going to have a go at today. We're going to find a place on the map that looks like it is a sensible place to stack empty trains. Specifically ore trains. So, I'm thinking this area here for empty ore trains. So then we'd move all of our copper and all of our iron ore up here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 segments. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it's exactly the right size. Okay, well that's a happy coincidence. So let's put in a construction order to deconstruct all of the solar. Brilliant. Let's put another deconstruction order to get rid of all the wildlife. Let's go all the way up. Actually, I want all of this gone. There. And then let's take a copy paste of this. Now I will come back. Oop, that can go. I will come back later and make a proper blueprint for this because it's an interesting blueprint. It's potentially quite modular, and I would prefer it to be... Alright, that's not quite what I want. Let's go from... here. In fact, I want to make sure I get the power poles, because they're really useful for lining things up. Okay, so let's take the whole of that down to there. Good. And then this is what's being cleared, and I want it to be facing the ore. I think the way to have it facing the ore, obviously won't face all the ore, but it's to have it in here facing upwards. Yeah. And do I have an issue with zooming? I do, because I haven't installed the far zoom mod. Okay, is there another way to line this up? I think there is. It's to go down to there. Okay, so this isn't quite aligning. Rail's chain signal is in the way. Okay, we can fix this rail signals manually. I've still been going around tweaking how all of the signaling is done. Okay, so that looks like it's going to have to be a chain signal. Yeah, I'll come over here and I'll fix this junction manually, I think. So how am I? Am I in the train? Yes, I am. Good. And all this building is happening here. So let's go to there. And off we go. So then we'll have to play train roulette to shift everything out. But it should be all right. We should be able to achieve this. So the other thing I've been doing while you've been away is upgrading power. See if I can... Yep, I got one. Right, so during the day we're now able to produce 2.9 gigawatt. We're able to satisfy 2.9 gigawatt we do not have an issue with power currently. So we can continue to upgrade, and as we get more machines, we can upgrade. I think from now on I'm going to be building with tier 3 machines for my genuine builds. And the first thing we're going to give a serious upgrade is the blue chips. Right, let's get this all done. Okay. So that brings us in. I want this to be a full signal. These can be chain signals. Chain, full. So I've been round and around how to signal this so that it both does not deadlock and also has throughput, and I've tried all sorts of tricks, and the way that seems to work is the one with all incomings, regardless of whether they branch or merge, have chain signals. All outgoings, if there is room for a train to park after them, are full signals. This appears to be the way to make it work. Alright, so I'm going to walk up this side, probably lose some toys on the way. Good, then we'll come up here and we will check all the signaling. Alright. Okay, so I'm happy for a train to park here. There's room for it. Then I need it to go through if it can. I can't see what's going on here. Good, so there's a full signal, and we need a full signal here. What this does is make sure the train doesn't enter this junction unless it can exit it. Okay, so then when it's come through here, I need a chain signal here. There we go. And then I need full signals here. I need chain signals coming in, and I need a full signal there. Is that... I'm just going to double check. Yeah, all the incomings are chains, the outgoing is a full. All right. So what this means is a train gets past this junction. It then has plenty of room to park here, but it will only come out of here if it's got room to move on. I know it's an unorthodox way to do the signaling, but it works, and working is what we need in this context. Right. And is there... yeah. So I've just fixed this one. I'm going to go through at some point and fix them all. But since this is going to be a high volume region, because this is where all the ore trains will be coming through, I want this bit done correctly. All right. So this should all be building out now. Oh wait, I think it has all built out. That was quick. And we can start copying names over. Right, I have periodically put in chain signals along this length. The reason being that I want them to be able to re-choice where to park. Good. So let's have a look. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in a block. 7, 14, 21, 28. That is quite a few. Okay, so let's... and we want to do the empties specifically. Right, we currently have about 7 empties. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 7. Let's do these ones as well. Is that a full set of empties? Yes, that's empties. Good. Then I'm going to take a full set of empties of iron. That is very cool. So that should be all our empty... Oh, we're missing one. What is this? Empty iron and there. Good. The other thing I would like to do is let's find an... This is supposed to be a full iron. So I don't know why it is empty. These are the sorts of issues I really need to sort out. Okay, so we can color these. Good, so they're both iron and they're iron colored. And then we'll do the same with copper. If a copper train ever comes in. Okay. And there you are, they're copper colored now. I'm very pleased with that. So we had a copper train pull in. That is amazing. All right, so now what I'm going to do is basically turn all the empty stations into fulls. Whoops. No. Have I done this wrong? Is there another full copper for me to work with? Oh dear, I have mucked up all these schedules. Okay, are those all full? Yes. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so I need 14 in total. We'll sort that out in a minute. And I need to address this new problem. That's what I copied from, isn't it? Seriously? That's not what I copied from. This is the one I should have renamed. All right. That's better. All right. So this can be... I just want to take all of these up, actually. All right. In fact, now I've got one down. All right, let's get that train out again. Should have just taken that out, shouldn't I? Right, that will get reset. Let's fix its schedule. Right, I've copied that. And what I'm going to do is just take that single bit away so that everything that parks here gets stuck here. Good. And that should allow me to reset everything up. Let's start deleting some of this out. Well, that was a bit of a mistake, should we say. Never mind. This is the problem with wandering through twisty mazes all alike. Is this something I can fix, or is it too far away? Ah, there we are. That's it. Good. So that can all go. This can go. There we are. Good. Actually, I think I'm just going to take some of this out. And then I can put down a standard corner blueprint. Okay, I'm going to strip off all the signals. I've got a whole set of different deconstruction planners for editing rail now. There we go. All right, that should be all back to normal now. I'm going to take my derailizer here. Good, and then that is a T-junction. There we are. This is a legacy corner. I'll deal with that later. Right, how are we doing here? Okay, so there's a lot of trains complaining they have no route. All right, so that is now fixed. So all these trains should now have routes. I'm going to let them all park here. I'm going to set up all their schedules correctly, and I'm going to put down extra trains so that there are 14 of them. We will then have to sort out 14 parking bays elsewhere, but that's not the end of the world. And then I'm going to do essentially the same thing with the iron trains. Good, so I'm trying to find one that I fixed. No, not yet. Oh well, let's do this. So, get rid of this station and this one. This should be full circuit condition. Right, I am going to take a blueprint. Hold down Shift. I want trains, no entities. I want to call this copper train. I want to create a blueprint. So that is copper train. I'm going to delete the iron train blueprint because I'm going to put these into a book. So this is the blueprint book. Magic. I can take the copper train there. Then let's edit it. Good. All right. Do we still have more trains coming in? Yeah, we do. And how many do we have in total? 6. Okay, I think we can do better. So let's take this. So I think they're going to fill in from the bottom up. Good. So that's just empty, full, empty, full. All of them are parked. Awesome. So let's take this. Okay, then we will go up to here and I will fill all of these in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That will have to then get built. Now, where on earth are the iron trains? We have more of those. We currently have 9 apparently. Okay, so what I would like to do, we've got a misnamed station here. Is that it? Yeah, good. What I would like to do now is rename all the empties to full in the main area. Okay, full, 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 full. Right, we have some empties here. And we have an empty hidden down here, a couple of empties here. I'm just looking around, we've got a couple of fulls here. So how many fulls do we have? Let's count them. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so that's too many. I only need 14. Right, so this is 7. If I made that iron, that would be 14. Then I've got 7 here. I would need another 7 copper. Okay, maybe the best way is I've got 7, and then let's start at the bottom down here. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. $13, $14. So I think we have too many full for iron ore, but we've got the right number for copper now, so that's fine. That'll do. Right, are we starting to collect? We are. We're starting to get trains. Right, so this should be empty to full. That's good. These are coming in, and I'm just going to wait because I would like all of these to come in. And these are all waiting. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have to put these into automatic if they aren't already. Good. We've got some no paths, which is absolutely fine. There are some of these moving, so they should be coming here. Good, no paths is what I want to see. I want to see a complete set of no paths. And I want to see all of our iron trains parked. There's another one coming in. This one is emptying. This one is waiting. This one's emptying. This one's waiting. So we have 3 waiting, it looks like. Okay. We're getting there. What I want to see is all of them parked, because then I can start putting down the blueprints for the extra trains. And this will have nearly doubled the number of ore trains, which no doubt will be far more than we can cope with our mining. We have 1, 2 copper mines, so we probably need a third. And where do we have a third? Well, we have a third here and a fourth here if we want them. So I think that is what I'm going to do. Do we have any other copper around? No, we don't. All right. So let's get a third copper mine down. We're going to take that much. Okay. I keep finding that these require putting down semi-manually, just because things don't quite line up otherwise. Right, so that would go there. But before I do that, I need this gone so that we don't bridge the networks by accident. Good. So there. And then I need the bridging roboport there, which again, I think we can copy paste. The more I copy paste these, the more chance we have of them working first time. Good. So this then would go down like that. So that should be a copper mine. And we could set up this iron mine here. So let's go find a good modern iron mine. This one looks good. So let's take that back to there. Does that? Yep, I think that's okay. Then let's find where the iron is that we want to harvest. Is there a closer one which we could use? This one is awkward. That's not in our territory. Coal, coal, iron. That's 7 million. That will be gone pretty soon. So let's do this one for now. And at some point, I'm going to go back and infill. That's the wrong place. That would go there. Okay, that's looking a bit awkward for various reasons. Okay, this one. I think that one would work. Let's do this one. All right, so the blueprint needs a bit of editing. I want to remove a lot of this track. Good, that's a bit better. Then I want to clear all the trees so I can see what we're doing. And I want to clear out this. Good. Then we can put it down, I think. Yeah. So I think that's an iron mine put down. Oh wow, this is down already. So I need to go visit that in person. Let's have a look here. Oh, this is pretty good. So we appear to have one iron train that's not yet no pathing. That's fine. All right, so is this automatic? Yes, it is. These are waiting for fuel. These are all no pathing. These aren't for whatever reason, but we'll get there in a minute. So I think this is all ready to go. What we need now is the blueprint down the missing iron trains. Just double check there are no more. Yeah, they're all parked here. So we can now blueprint down. Right. Let's take this. We're going to clean up its schedule. And we are going to blueprint it. Trains, no entities. We're going to call this iron train. It is going to go into our blueprint book of trains. Good, and then we can blueprint them down. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I did need to count that. And 5, because although I needed to count that, I actually failed to. Okay, we can now do that. It should let various trains go. Good. We're getting mining put down. So I am aware this is a single segment of track coming out, and this may end up in practice being a bottleneck. Probably won't be, but you know, these things can go wrong. All right. So I now need all of these to get their fuel. And I should really have personally requested a whole load of fuel. That would have been a way to solve the problem. Okay, so is this working? Yes, it is. Good. And I think my hands-on work here is done for now. So let's go off and commission the mines, which we set up. To commission them, what we need to do is dump in a small number of construction and logistics bots into the mines. So we have a... can't get to that one yet, but I can get to that one. Good. Did I actually get that right? Yeah. So there's a few things we have to do to set up a copper or an iron mine. We have to make sure that their station names are all set up correctly. And we need to make sure that the train supplier, that the train supply manager priorities are set up as well. Should all be fairly straightforward. a long way away, isn't it? We're going to get through a lot of fuel. All right, here we are. So let's turn my bots off. Thank you very much. So to make this work, we need to dump some construction bots. And this should be requesting logistics bots. Yes. So let's take the first 50, put those in there. That's enough to get everything bootstrapped. Okay, then these train stations should have a proper name. So let's go find a copper mine here. Okay, and this is all set up so that I can copy this and paste it down, and all the stations get named correctly. Brilliant. And then the last thing is I need to set the requests. So I need to shift right click on one of these, and then in person paste it down. Bizarrely, you can copy this at distance, but you can't paste it at distance. Okay. We'll have a look at that in a minute, because we're actually headed over here next. Okay, we're probably okay for fuel, but maybe not. Okay, so this has essentially the same issue, right? We need to give it some construction bots. 50 is more than sufficient. And you need to give it the first stack of logistics bots. After that, it can set itself all up. It can build itself, it can supply itself, it's all hunky-dory. And then again, these currently have no schedule. So let's hop back out, go find an iron mine somewhere else. Right click. So these now have a priority, they will be calling in trains. Okay, next thing, let's head to the fuel stop. And start tidying some of this up. Hopefully won't need to go to the copper mine again. However, I might be able to sort out the trains that stack remotely. Okay, so let's have a look. So we have trains here. This, I can now set it up because they've all been built. Good. Okay, this is empty. Okay, this means something is... I was about to use a rude word. Something is not working correctly. Right, why do these have no fuel? Is there no logistics cover? There must be logistics cover. Yeah. So why is there no fuel coming in? I mean, it's got to be flown a long way, I agree. But there is... there's not a lot. There is actually, there's plenty of fuel here. So why is... What's going on here? I think we have a merged network problem again. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, so when I upgraded bits of the fabric, I think I merged some robo networks. Let's get that one killed. This shouldn't be part of the main network. That's just inappropriate. Everything takes a while now, so I would love to do some infinite bot upgrades, just Yeah, because of the distances. Right. Do I have fuel? Yes, I do. Okay. So these logistics bots are coming over. They really shouldn't be. Do I fix this in person? I think it's one of those things that's just going to be annoying otherwise. And I may pick up a stack of solid fuel to fuel up those iron trains manually. So there's several tiers of solar panel beyond this one, which we may investigate using as and when. Alright, let's have a look. So this should be a separate network, yeah? It's currently got 50 logics, 52 construction, which is absolutely fine. Whoa! Okay, so this is getting fueled up. This has just come from Cybermat. So Cybermat should not have called in a train if it couldn't empty it. Maybe that's our problem. Let's head back to Gallifrey, see if we can figure it out. Alright, in the meantime, we have some full iron trains. Oh, grief. These full iron trains have expletive deleted. Right. Let's put that into manual mode. I am going to go visit that. Then I'm going to have to visit anywhere that could have given it rail. Right, I want to fix this. Do I have filter inserters? Yes, I do. All right. I've been given a schedule. That's just annoying. Okay, so none of that should have happened. All right, let's start again. First things first. We're getting iron trains coming in and then not unloading because this is calling them in when we have less than 20k. We currently have 14k. But can't unload anything except the front carriage. Okay. So I need to bump this way down from 20k. Let's put it to 10 initially. Okay. I've somehow managed to get myself into editor mode. Didn't mean to be in editor mode, sorry. Okay, so then let's chase down this problem with... Okay, so... let's go to there, but not to the station. And then we're going to visit a rail build and see if we can work out what's been going on. I'm not walking between that, it'll kill me. Okay. So this all appears to be working. I don't know how long that train has been wandering around with the rail in. Okay, then we are going to go visit the rail builds, which are here. So let's go to there. And again, on purpose, not parking actually on the rail, on the train station. Right, while we drive there, let's have a look at our big park, see how it's doing. Okay, these still do not have fuel. So I think I'm going to go grab a pocket full of fuel. That maybe the order didn't go down. Maybe when I blueprinted them, I didn't blueprint them with fuel. Right, so this here is all done with filters. This one is all done with filters, so it should not have been possible for that to happen. I'm also going to set up filters on the loaders. Good. And I think it's going to be a case of going around every single build that has mixed inputs and putting down filter inserters. There we go. So this should never happen again. Okay, so let's head up here. We have a similar problem. And it clearly has gone wrong at some point. Alright, so this needs to be a filter set for electric furnaces. This needs to be a filter set for brick. Okay, then we'll do the same this side. This should not be short steel. It's one of those resources we should be overflowing with. So something is wrong with the steel build. So we will have a look at that in a minute. Cool. So this is trying to call in a steel train and not getting any. All right. So we'll have to investigate why. This, we have a similar problem. So let's roll all of this over. So we have out, we have in. And it's just one stack each time, isn't it? So it's some kind of timings issue. But, you know, that's enough, isn't it? Once is enough. I'm trying not to make flippant public affairs, public events jokes on account of when this is broadcast it won't be current, hopefully. And also it's not particularly a jokey thing. Right. My self-editing is almost working. And this needs to be furnaces. There we go. And shall I just run down and pick up the one I don't want? I think so. Brilliant. So that should be all that stuff set up. Now, why is this not running? Doesn't have any rail. All right. Well, this is filling up, so that can't... Whatever the problem was, it's not a current problem. Yeah, this appears to all be correct. Not quite sure, to be honest. All right, what should we look at next? So we have an issue that steel is not... Steel is not coming in. Right, we have all these steel builds. Oh, they're all running, flat out. Okay, so we may actually have a steel shortage. Genuinely have a steel shortage. We have empty steel trains. I'm looking for a full steel train, and... Empty, empty, empty. So we are low on steel. I didn't see that coming. So maybe I should have a look at the steel builds and see if we can... Right. Is that the one? No. Is that the one? No. Is that the one? Yes. Okay, that can go, that can go. That can go. So let's have a look at this. Okay, I quite like this build, but it does feel a bit legacy. And maybe what I should use is better furnaces. All right. So that's just better furnaces. We've got some annoying track here. Good, and then what I really need is modules. So how many machines do we have here? 32. And each machine takes 4 modules. So I need 32 times 4. So 32, 64, 128. And let's use tier 2 modules. Well, let's have a look down here and see. All right, so if we have plenty of tier 3 modules, I'll use those. But to be honest, I don't know. Okay, so this all appears to have stopped doing anything. And I don't know why. Okay. Let's head back here and double check. I have no idea. The whole thing just seems to have stopped. We have power. There's a bit of crafting for steel. Okay, that is just curious. I do not understand what's going on there. So let's... No, I literally don't understand. We must be out of a resource, but typically it would be copper or iron, and I thought they were both of those. Alright, so let's double check. Okay, we are out of copper. That's the problem. There are no trains currently inbound for copper. Okay, we have lots of trains parked. They are all parked except for a couple of them. Okay. Can I request a lot more solid fuel? Good. That's all coming. Then... yeah, it's a copper drought here. Never mind. Not the biggest problem in the world. Right. How are we doing for tier 2? Okay, we have 108 full speed productivity modules. We do not appear to have any tier 2 modules. So this is finished 233 of them. $119, $116, $131, $131. So this has made loads of them. So where are they all going? I can't believe they're all in machines. There's no blinking lights. I can't think of anything which would consume them. I'm mystified. Okay, so they're not being put in anything over here. They're not... Ah, they're being soaked up here. That we're still building the modules to put into our oil refinery. That's where they're all going. Okay, so I'm going to request... full speed productivity module. Okay. Request 128 of those. And I'm going to trash that. And that. And that. Okay, so I have 128 of the things. I don't need that iron bar, certainly don't need that electric engine unit. Or this. And apparently I'm requesting low density structure somewhere. Not sure where. No, no idea where. Let's... Okay. Okay, so we're going to do two things. We're going to head over to that steel build. We're going to put tier 1 beacons into it. And then we're going to figure out what on earth is going on with copper. Okay, so... these things are sent to try us. If it was simple, I guess everybody would do it. All right. So, modules. Is that it? I requested 128 of them. 4, 8, 12, 16, 24, 16, 32. Yeah, I needed twice that. Just means the build is a bit out of kilter for a bit, but that's not going to be the end of the world. Okay, let's see if these are incoming. Good. I'm glad I have them. So then after this, we'll fuel up our remaining copper trains and see if that gets everything moving. Copper and iron, actually. There's always the possibility I've created a deadlock somewhere by accident. Alright, so let's put the remainder of these in. No, so I really failed to count there. How embarrassing. Right, we've got 68 left. Rather bizarrely. Maybe some went in a box. Yeah, some went in a box. 60 went in a box. That would explain it. Alright, so I can now set this back to... $100, which is one stack. Then I can go over to my big train park. Okay, got there in the end. I find this train UI a little... It often doesn't do what I really want to do. It's just frustrating. So this will be it. This is the last thing we're going to do this time. To recap, we have shifted all of our empty ore parking. Good. I'm going to investigate why we have some full empty ore trains. Good. Then this can go to empty. And this can go to empty. Okay, these I'm assuming are waiting for orders. Nope. I'm wondering if having trains on manual in a supplier station confuses train supply manager. Right. Yeah, that train is full. That train is full. So I'm just going to shift them on to full, then they can do something useful. Okay, are things starting to move? I think they are. Good. Let's have a look at this. So this is every single iron train. They are going places. We have some congestion around the main hub, but that's to be expected. I think it is congestion rather... Oh, let's have a look. Here, what's going on? Okay, so I have two trains, both trying to get into the same full. Okay. Let's fix that manually, and then we'll drive over there and fix it with better signaling. Okay, so let's go to there. Good, off we go. And what I'm going to do is put in a couple of chain signals instead of full signals on the incoming side. It should convince the trains to pick new stations if one is full. I've got a feeling they're not repathing as often as they should. So you really, before a train parks into a stacker where there's multiples of the same name, before it actually goes in, you need it to go through a chain signal. On the off chance that where it wanted to park is now full. Alright, so we've got some iron. Didn't mean to come here then, did I? Is this the one? No, is this the one? How long will this take to fill? Should be not too long. Okay, and what's going here? Why is this one? Okay, so I want to change the sourcing priorities. So full. How do I want to do this? So when it's emptying, inactivity of 5 seconds and a wait timer. Okay. So then if it's trying to upload but it just can't, then let's just go away. For whatever reason, this has ended up getting full. Probably because somewhere else the train was not unloading that wagon. and I'm causing a traffic jam now. But because everything is signaled correctly, fingers crossed, that should not be a permanent problem. All right, let's have a look at this build. So this appears to all be okay. This one looks all right. Military. We appear to have all the correct things in the correct boxes. Although I should probably replace these central ones with filter inserters. I'll do that off camera. I'm not going to touch red and green because they need a complete rebuild. Okay, that'll do for now. Alright, so what on earth is going on? It's my traffic jam, it's just going to take a while to sort itself out. Right, so I'm going to jump out here. So, when we come through here, we then do not have enough room to park. However, we do need to make a choice about where we're going to go. And then here, we need to make another choice about where we're going to go. We need to choose. And then this is in the wrong place. We need to choose. We need to choose. Okay, so that should keep everything going. And is that it? As far as I can tell, we have successfully relocated all of our ore. We have congestion here, which is something we will need to visit. It might be worth moving the full ore trains to somewhere else, perhaps here. That wouldn't be a ridiculous place for them. But I think I'm calling that a successful episode. So I'm now going to head back to Gallifrey, check that we are actually getting copper in. We've definitely got iron trains parked. Yeah, everything's moving again, isn't it? So we've had a load of copper. We must have had some load of iron. We must have had some copper because what iron? There's a copper train on the way. No, that's one going to empty from here. So it must be requesting one, and it must be that we didn't have one currently. So where are all the copper trains? Let's ask the map. Where are all the copper trains? In empty, 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 filling, empty, filling, 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 empty, filling, filling. Okay, well, that kind of answers our question. Thanks so much for watching. Please stay safe. Stay home if you can. Stay out of trouble if it's possible. And until I see you again, thanks very much for watching. Bye-bye.